Good morning, everybody. I'm so excited for this next guest because I have experience with this next guest new business in Port Jeff Village called Prohibition Kitchen. I ate there twice so far.
Yes, you did.
Once in a day, once in a night. I absolutely love it. I can't believe what you guys have done there in such a short amount of time. So first, congratulations.
Thank you.
Lisa and Tom.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lisa being the proprietor. Tell me about this launch.
It's been really exciting. We've had a great response from Port Jefferson so far. We launched on April 5th, and it's been great ever since. People coming in all times of the day, very excited. They seem really excited and energized by the unique,
Yeah, it's got a good energy to it. I noticed that right away. Good vibe's a good word.
Great staff. Service seems like it's really, right up there, and we're really thrilled about the response so far.
And sitting with us here is Tom, your general manager and chef. How did you find each other? Is this the first time, or have there been other endeavors?
It's our first time actually working together, but
Yep.
we've known each other for about 14 years.
Yeah, 14, 15 years.
We both owned similar businesses back in Northport. Tom owned a deli, I owned a coffee house, and we were friends and, not co-workers, but peers, I guess, at that point. And I had a cookie business that I had started, and Tom was actually one of the first people who started buying my cookie.
You were a customer.
He was a
Happily
customer,
buying
thank
Lisa's
you.
cookies.
Who could blame you?
Fantastic.
Yeah, and then over the years we just stayed in touch, and he was the first person I reached out to when I knew I wanted to start this project.
So it must be so exciting, right? Lisa comes up with an idea. I assume it may not be your idea. Tell me if it's not. It comes up with an idea. There's a collaboration. What do you bring to the table?
Well,
Besides the fact that I tried the food and it's amazing.
There were so many machinations to it too. Where we started and we had the project that looked like it was going to be in Huntington Village for a period of
Right.
time, and really it was going to be more focused towards what they were doing at East Main and Main with the donuts. And as this thing started progressing and gaining momentum, we saw that we had a lot of ideas that we really came together on. Our local Long Island wine program, our local Long Island beer program, our local Long Island spirit program being three huge components to Prohibition Kitchen. So that was really, really important that we agreed on all of these factors come together, and this animal just started to take shape. And it's been fun working with someone who's so passionate and creative and gives you the tools that you need to really be as good as you can be.
Some of your dishes are really unique. Just name one or two that, like, I saw some pictures. I'm like, you have like donuts compacting onto other items, don't you?
Yeah, I would say the Dirty Mother Clucker would be our most unique item. So that's going to be a organic, antibiotic-free chicken breast that we take and soak in buttermilk for 24 hours, pull it, and then we coat it in Ritz cracker crumb, deep fry it, serve that on a glazed donut from East Main and Main, and top it with a chorizo white gravy.
See, these are words. I'm sorry, I don't know, but I love it. And Lisa, to you, tell me about some of the things you're serving in the liquid category. Again, I see local.
Sure, we're hyper focused on Long Island beer, wine, and spirits. So that was very important to both of us. And as Tom said, we really are committed to that. We're serving wine on tap. We have great selection of 3 wines from Bridge Lane, which is part of Lieb Cellars out east. We have a white Merlot, a Sauvignon Blanc, and a red blend.
Mm-hmm.
We sell a lot of Wolfer Estate products. We're carrying pretty much a sampling of wine from almost a good amount of vineyards
Yeah,
out there.
at this point, I think we're with 12 different vineyards on the East End right now, and if Lisa allows me to go so far, she's going to kind of rein me in on how many vineyards we can work with. I'd work with as many of them that are
Definitely.
that are palatable as possible. I mean, we're really looking for the great stuff that's out there, and there's some great stuff.
Is part of the program of this restaurant to be constantly changing in some ways, event-wise, or even just, look, we're in an experience economy now, right? I think just with all due respect, just regular restaurants, you have to reinvent yourself today, right? Because there's more choices, and B, people just seem to be in an experience-minded way. You walk into your restaurant, you feel that right away. What other things do you plan? I heard maybe even going to have like just a little elegant live music and things like that.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of space for live
No,
music,
you
so
don't.
we do
Yeah.
have one acoustic guitar player every Thursday night, which worked out really well last week, and we're excited for it again this week. We do have a few upcoming events planned on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and then Fridays we have Fried Chicken Friday, which is in itself an event. So we're really excited about that. And as far as other events planned, we don't really have anything right now, but I agree with you. I think the experience is coming from what we can offer the customer when they walk in, and the service that we can provide. So we're constantly trying to.
And there's also something, I'm not even going to mention or try to define it, but you do have some surprises coming up. Menu surprises. I'll just leave it at that. Is that okay?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, we'll leave it right at that, and that's very cool. Tell me about the actual building of the restaurant, how long it took, and some of the unique physical things you'll see in the restaurant. I find the lighting to be very unique, for example. Even the wallpaper is amazing.
Yeah, it's actually kind of a funny story. My husband and I were shopping for flooring for the shop first, and we focused on this laminate flooring that we just absolutely loved. So we committed mentally, that's the base of the color scheme for the whole restaurant. So we started buying up other little elements, wallpaper, figuring out lighting, and we go back to buy the flooring and order it, and it's discontinued. So every decision was based on that, and so at that point we decided, okay, we have to find this flooring, and then someone did find it for us, which was great. So we were really relieved about that. But we worked with a very well-known neon artist to create the boozy sign that's over the bar.
Yep.
His name is Clayton Orrick, which is he's pretty well known in that industry. We made a lot of decisions about lighting just from looking at Pinterest and finding things that we liked and then putting our own unique flair on it. And
Very
my husband
cool.
did pretty much the entire build out himself.
Super talented.
Yeah.
Rob is super talented.
Yeah, it shows.
Yeah.
Now go to the kitchen, which doesn't always have to be, for example, looking glorious to the public, but you had some things installed there, some new things. I mean, we should mention this was a previous restaurant.
Yep.
I don't recognize it at all. It's just really beautifully redone.
And it's fun to see the change
Yeah.
as it goes about, and as you walk into a space and it is one restaurant, and we change into this completely other establishment, and it was. Again, it was easy because of Lisa and Rob had this concrete vision of what they were looking for. And my role was just to be supportive in that and to work on what I knew in my heart that this was going to be a place that was going to move a lot of food. So we needed to make sure the production could happen. And that's a very important part
The
of
machine
it.
goes into place when it needs to.
Exactly. And as romantic as food is, a lot of it is production. And how much food can we put out at any given time?
Yes, and still be hot and still be good.
Correct. Correct.
So a little bit about your machine, so to speak. You've got some new equipment there. You're out there being able to exactly do what you said, to provide that food. There's nothing worse than being in a restaurant, I have to be honest, and just waiting and waiting, which I did not nearly experience with you guys, of course. But what do you try to put across as a chef? What are you trying to do, besides make people smile?
And that's when I say the joke of it, the romance is in the food that goes out in front of the customer. But to get to that point, it takes a lot of other positions to do that. You talk about equipment. The most important piece of equipment we have at the restaurant is our staff.
Definitely.
And we have some incredible staff members in that kitchen that push out food and that make things seem flawless on their end. Our target ticket time is between 6 and 8 minutes. From the time the customer orders the food to the time they get their food.
And you're completely cognizant of that.
Oh, it's imperative.
Yeah.
And a customer wouldn't necessarily know at 9 minutes, but at 12 minutes, you're going to start to feel that.
You start to feel it, you're right. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Wow.
All day.
Is there any crossing of your other business, East Main and Main?
A lot of our meals are served on donuts or donut holes, which we love. We fill a bakery case on the weekends with donuts from the shop, some unique flavors that you can't get at the shop. And then, as we said before, the Dirty Mother Cluckers on a glazed donut.
Who came up with that name?
I don't remember. Yeah, there was a lot of back and forth menu stuff.
Yeah.
I'm
We've had a lot of fun,
I'm sure there was some
actually.
iterations on that.
A lot of wine. A lot of wine helps.
You have to be very careful when you tell someone that when you announce the name
One or
of that
two wines, and
sandwich.
you might mispronounce
Yeah,
that.
there's nothing cuter than a little 7-year-old girl looking up at you and going, "May I have the Dirty Mother Clucker?"
Yeah, if she
Precious.
says it correct, that's
Adorable.
awesome. So you've been open how long? 2 weeks?
It'll be 2 weeks on Friday.
Yeah.
2 weeks on Friday. Have you had an official grand opening?
No, not yet.
Will you have one?
Yeah, I think so. We'll do the.
Will you
ribbon
invite me?
cutting. Of course we will.
Oh, thank you.
We'll do the whole chamber ribbon cutting, which is a lot of
Good,
fun,
good.
and,
Phenomenal.
grand opening soon.
So again, everybody, this is Prohibition Kitchen, brand new opening. What's the address?
115 Main Street.
115 Main Street, right here in Port Jet Village. I congratulate both of you for this endeavor. Not easy, two of them incredible, so
Thanks,
it must be a
everyone.
labor of love.
It certainly is.
We'll be in soon. Thanks for joining us again.
Thank you.